I started my career in the wind business in 2001, where I was involved in turbine manufacturer. I was as project manager for a company called Hammershøj, working with Hammershøj in Australia for about 2.5 to 3 years for building EPC onshore projects. Later on, the two companies, Hammershøj and Vestas, merged, and I stayed in a period of 1 year in Vestas to actually also building projects in Asia. I was asked by Siemens to come over and build EPC onshore projects in Siemens, and at that stage, at that time, onshore EPC project was quite normal. I was involved in building some of the first commercial projects in UK. K2 was then, after some years in Siemens, was P&I, my partner, Per Melgaard, and I had known each other for many years. I've had some conversations, and since the turbine industry didn't want to build EPC projects anymore, we decided to found our own consultancy in 2007, mainly to advise customers, developers, and also act as a senior project managers for the big projects. So that was the foundation for K2 Management. K2 Management was founded in my garage at home. It was, we wanted to be very humble and not spend so much money. So that was the beginning of K2 Management. But very shortly, within the first year, we were growing quite fast. Our decision to start the company was really at the right moment. I think we were, after some years, was probably a bit surprised that it was really at the right moment where the offshore industry was starting up, and we were involved the first 6-7 years involved in mainly offshore, especially in UK and the German market. So that was the foundation for K2 today. K2 today is completely different. It's more like a company that providing services from very early development into pre-construction and execution into asset management operation phase. So we covering the whole value chain today, the whole from A to Z. The company have really changed. We are today around 200 people, and we are present in I think 19 offices around the world today. The name of K2 Management, we would need a name that would be simple, would be easy to remember, and we were supposed to have a logo that, when everybody saw the logo, there were no doubt about who it was. So we really spent a lot of time. In general, we actually spent about 6 months to actually build up a business case for the company, and also that included a logo. So we had some discussions about logos, and we ended up with actually our middle names. My middle name starts with K, and my partner Per Melgaard's middle name starts with K. So it ended up to be K2, not the famous mountain, and not all kind of other ideas, but it's actually so simple that it's our middle names. That's the reason. And I think we managed also to find a logo that is pretty known, and when you see the logo, it's no doubt that it's K2 Management. I think in the beginning we started with 2K, but then Per came up with a better idea that probably looks better with K2. And the last 2 years have not been so easy because of the pandemic, and now everything is more easy, and it is important to meet face to face with our clients, and that's what we're doing now. And of course, we also here now to listen to some of their authorities, their ideas. We also try to come up with our ideas about the local content issue. That's a very hot issue at the moment. Everybody is looking at projects at the moment. There are some specific projects right now. They are on the review and probably are not in the shape that everybody was hoping, but we are here to give our input to the industry and to the government about what we see could support the projects to be more profitable, to actually also for the financials to be more comfortable that this is a market that there's also a future in. We see the Taiwanese market as very interesting. There's definitely a future here, but we also see that their authorities probably need to look into what was done in Europe, where there is a lot of experience from. I mean, we've done a lot of mistakes in Europe 20 years ago, and we learned from that, and I think it would be good to look into that experience that's gained over the years. It's important for the market is, of course, that the projects needs to be profitable, and if that's not the case, yeah, well, there is no market. And I think we're looking into a very difficult future right now. We have a concern with the local content. We have a concern with the increasing prices in the supply chain. The supply chain have not had a very good business. We've seen here recently, specific the turbine suppliers coming out with blood red numbers, and of course the future cannot exist if the supply chain doesn't make money, and it goes from the whole supply chain, from cables to turbines to etc., etc. So there is definitely some issues that needs to be looked into. I think the difficulties here is that the feed-in tariffs disappeared after the first round, and then you applied the local content immediately after that. And I think the period over you need for the supply chain to actually improve their business and becoming more efficient needs a bit more time, and therefore it is becoming more expensive to buy to actually use the local supplies in Taiwan, and that's what makes it not so profitable to build the project. This is a serious challenge, but I think together with the industry we need to find a way forward. I think on a global basis we want to. There is no way we want to implement more green energy, and in Taiwan, as it is right now, it looks like the offshore industry is the right way to do it. Just need to be some modifications.